Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin this lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. I'm back with another lesson, and I'll entitle this lesson Judgment, because we're in the time of great judgments. You know, the Lord's wrath is unfolding upon the earth, especially in Babylon the Great, but other places are getting plagued as well. And this was prophesied thousands of years ago by the prophets and by Yahushai. Yahushai told us the signs to look for before his coming. And I'm going to play some clips, and I'll read some scriptures, and we will flow with the Spirit. So before I play these clips, I'll say fair use. This is just for edification purposes. And here they go. This is the first one.
Tonight, the desperate search for 65 people still missing after catastrophic floods swept through Mexico. 64 people confirmed killed as days of torrential rain pounded the central and eastern parts of the country, pushing rivers past their limits, a wall of water washing away homes and swallowing up cars.
No tenemos nada.
Epifania Hernandez in the state of Veracruz says people are trapped, adding she, her family, and others have been left with nothing. Local authorities there say the Cazones River rose nearly 5 feet in just a matter of minutes,
Se quedó ahí.
leaving no time for residents to escape.
Nadie estaba previsto para esto.
This business owner saying no one was prepared for this, pointing to the tables, chairs, and everything else he's lost. The National Guard and local rescue teams have been searching for survivors through waist-deep water for days. 900 rescues carried out on Friday alone, according to Mexico's Navy.
Lamentablemente se nos taparon las casas.
Maria Elena Santos says she was able to get out, adding that her family members barely made it. Images from above show the destruction. What was once lush and green, now underwater. Electricity cut off, roads blocked by debris, and streets covered in mud. A total of 8,700 military personnel on the ground to assist in the recovery effort. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum touring the devastation Sunday.
Yeah, we don't care about that female, but the next video is something similar in Taiwan. So you see that a lot of things, the Lord's moving, man. Heavy judgments are being poured out, and natural disasters, because, you know, Jacob's trouble is going to be all kinds of chaos, a time like never before. So it'll be earthquakes, floods, hurricanes, pestilence, all this stuff, man. And we're in those times. So let's get Matthew chapter 24 and verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. And these floods fall in that categories. Verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. You see that? So we're definitely in the beginning of sorrows. We're in those birth pains. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. And these people live their life like this is never going to touch them. You know, as in the days of Noah. People in this society, especially in Babylon, these things are happening and they're still so oblivious. And that's why the fear of the Lord is so important, because we understand, we're consciously aware that judgment can come at any time, or trial, you know. Your faith could be tried any day, and you could be put in a real uncomfortable situation. And are you going to panic, or are you going to trust in the Lord? And that's why it's so important to be rooted in this faith. That's why it's so important to be consistent and constantly be in the spirit, constantly be in the state of prayer, just to have that relationship with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So let's say you get caught up in a situation like this, as much as it's going to suck, hey, we're going to be tried like gold in the fire, but hey, you could be delivered from these situations. So let's get Luke 21:11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. There's another example of the things that are coming upon this earth. Famines. You know, the great famine, a great famine coming. All these farmers, the crops aren't being harvested. They're just disrupting the whole supply chain. Pestilences, it's starting to get really cold where I'm at. I mean, it feels amazing, you know, because it gets so hot. It feels great, but you know, the cold comes with sickness. People get sick. And you know how Esau, he has that next pandemic up his sleeve, whatever it may be, and he's saying this one's gonna get people's attentions. So prepare for that. Fearful sights. For us, in the truth, us hopeful elect, it's not fearful, it's exciting sights, because we know the end of all things is at hand. The kingdom of heaven is at hand, and Yahushai's return is real close. So for us, it's exciting sights, but to your average carnal man that has no zeal, that's spiritually dead, they best believe they're gonna frighten even these tough guys. Like in Jeremiah 30, they're gonna have their hands on their loins, fetal position. They ain't ready for what's coming. But for us, hopeful elect, very exciting times. And great signs shall there be from heaven. Yeah, these eclipses, these supermoons, these chariot sightings we're seeing. Hey, man, it's getting real. The time is at hand. The end of this wicked-ass kingdom and the implementation of the kingdom of heaven, Yahushai's return, is going to be, man, very exciting times. So the next precept I had, which is also to make a point in this lesson. So these things are happening, and this is not a time to be lukewarm. This is not a time to be half-assed in this truth. Nah, because any day a situation like this can occur. Any day a big-ass earthquake can come and you lose your job. Your workplace gets destroyed. Your home gets destroyed. You get arrested, you know, for the persecution for this truth. Anything can happen at any given time. That's why it's important to have that fear of the Lord and to be sincere. Because if you're truly sincere, the Lord will deliver you from such things. So this Ecclesiasticus chapter 5 and verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance. Yeah, a lot of people are going to get caught slipping. A lot of people are going to get caught slipping. And what does it say? Rise up, the women that are at ease. A lot of these women that were living off Esau with all these benefits are getting stripped from these women. And 2/3 of our people they still have it good. Like personally, a lot of people that I know, they have, you know, they're living it up. No, not a care in the world. And once judgment comes, they're going to be praying to their idols. They're going to be praying to their Jesus. And that's not going to do nothing for them. You should have repented when you heard this word. And that's, hey, man, we're blowing the trumpet. We're warning our people. You still have a small chance to be covered, you know, receive salvation. But the clock is ticking. That famine of the word is quickly approaching. And once that occurs, the doors of mercy are closed. So it's not a good time to be half-assed in this truth. We really got to put our best foot forward. And I speak to myself more than anything. You know, we speak to ourselves. We're included in this because we're not exempt from this chaos, from this judgment. We're hopeful elect because we're not guaranteed to be of the elect, but we put on as the elect. We walk the walk. Not just talk the talk, but we walk the walk. We lead by example. So let's get the next precept. Revelation chapter 16 and verse 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked, they see his shame. So hey, blessed is he that watcheth. We're constantly watching for world events, for just this devil Esau, what his next move is, because we're not ignorant of his devices. So we're not going to get caught as a thief in the night, because we're expecting these things to happen. These people that are living like in the days of Noah, they have no clue what's happening. As much as this shit is mainstream now, they're oblivious to it. They just can't comprehend the seriousness of the times we're living in. Hey, but prophecy is going to slap him in the face, and it's going to be too late for them. Hey, but, blessed is he that watcheth. We're constantly watching, reporting on these events, edifying the flock, and just giving due diligence to make our calling and election sure, because we're all in on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We're disconnected from Babylon. There's nothing for us here. So the next precept I had is Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. It reads, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. Yeah, so that whole, the mentality about a lot of people, especially these Christians that have some understanding, oh, not in my lifetime. This stuff's not going to happen in my lifetime. Nah, motherfucker, it's going to happen sooner than you believe. And we pray, we hasten the day of the Lord. We hasten the return of Yahweh Shai, because we're tired of being slaves in this society. And I say that humbly and sincerely. We are hastening the return of Yahweh Shai because we understand the kingdom of heaven. We can clearly see the prophecies. The Lord gave us eyes to see these things, and we want to get it over with. We just want to get it over with. So, yeah, to those brothers and few sisters that are just waking up, it's time to catch up and really get serious about this truth, because a time comes, that famine of the word, when it comes, you're not going to be able to get answers, and people are going to want answers. They're going to be bugging out, wandering from sea to sea, and the Lord's going to hide his men. So get this word while you can, because our salvation is nearer than when we believed. And the last precept I had for this lesson is another point to the topic, judgment, because it's unfortunate that this thing's happening to these people, but hey, that's judgment. Because what does Job 4:7 say? Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? So nobody dies being innocent. It's judgment. The Lord judged them. They could have done something in a previous life to deserve that judgment, to deserve that punishment. You saw in that first video, that guy was on top of his car, water everywhere, nowhere to run. It just hopeless, helpless. And I bet you he was calling out to Jesus Jesucristo, Virgen de Guadalupe. He was crying out to his idols. That's why he was put in that situation. And that's part of the commandments, the law. You shall have no idols. And these people are worshiping their idols. And that's why the Lord's judging them. So, yeah, that's judgment. All these things are happening. The Lord's going to put a cold spirit on his men, because you can't feel sorry for people. Especially during Jacob's trouble, people are going to see the elect men, that the Lord is dealing with them. They're going to have spiritual powers. They're going to be performing miracles. Everybody's going to flock to us. But, hey, fuck everybody. We're going to pick and choose who we allow in. Ultimately, we're going to walk in the spirit and use discernment. If this woman repented and she's part of the elect, the Lord will put on your spirit to accept her and protect her. But to everybody else, hey man, the Lord's going to judge them severely, because they lived without a care in the world. And that's our family members included. It's sad to